Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Taylor's Cold Takes, episode number 3, baby. It's going to be an exciting one. We got MLB postseason. We got some crazy chaos in the football world. It's going to be a very exciting episode. And we're going to get it kicked off here with the MLB playoff picture. I'm recording this on Wednesday, the 6th. So the Yankees have already lost to the Red Sox. So let's just talk about this first before I go into the rest of my predictions. The Yankees once again have disappointed the league. And they've been eliminated in the wild card by the Boston Red Sox, their biggest rival. The Yankees had everything going for them in this game. They have the best lineup in the MLB. And they couldn't pull through. And they're paying the pitcher $300 million, and he goes 3 innings and lets up 3 runs. As my uncle Chris would say, that's not Yankee baseball. And they just didn't want it enough, I guess. The Boston Red Sox went out there swinging. Dougie looked like he was so hyped up for this game, and he pulled through. I think he had almost 3 or 4 RBIs. The kid came to play. And Stanton hit a home run late. Yankees just need to do better. They need to go in this offseason, get some pitching. Both New York teams do. And, it's very, very disappointing loss. So, of course, that moves the Red Sox. They're going to go face the number 1 seeded Rays, another division rival. So let me just go into the rest of the bracket. Right now, last time I checked, St. Louis Cardinals and Dodgers are playing right now. Cardinals are beating them 1-0 right now. I believe it's the 3rd or 4th inning. And St. Louis is winning this. Is winning the game currently, but I don't think they win this game. If the Dodgers lose this game, oh no. The choking that this team always seems to do in these big postseason spots, it's killer. It is killer, and I can only imagine what Dodgers fans must feel if they lose this game. And I do believe they should pull through and win this game. They have Max Scherzer on the bump. Again, he's only let up 1 run. It was on a wild pitch. So I do think the Dodgers win this one, and they will advance to face their number 1 rival in the San Francisco Giants. That's going to be a great series if they do get to that point. So let me start off with, I'm going to do AL first. Start off with Tampa and Boston. I don't think it's going to be much of a challenge for Tampa. I think they win this series. They're going to move on to the ALCS. Tampa's just better. From the analytical standpoint, they are dominant in every single way. They will turn a bum pitcher into an ace within an offseason. And that's what they've done with so many of their guys. Their rookies are incredible. They just got hitters. They got guys that want to win. And they work that to a charm. And, I think they win this series. I don't want to say they sweep. I think Boston may get a game out of it. But I think Tampa should have this in the bag. Oh, first of all, let me excuse my voice. I'm about to lose it. I just got done with lacrosse practice, and I had a volleyball game last night, so my voice is almost dead. So you guys will just have to deal with my raspy voice for a minute. But Tampa Bay moves on to the ALCS. Next, on the other side of the AL playoff picture, we got the White Sox versus the Houston Astros, and I'm going back and forth between this right now. Because White Sox are the better team, I believe. But the Astros, they just always seem to come alive in the postseason. And it's hard to say, but I think the White Sox do win this series. I think it's going to come down to the wire. I think it's going to come down to a Game 5. And, it's going to be hard for this White Sox team to pull it out. Because when it comes to it, Astros don't give up in the postseason. They just don't. They keep fighting. Last year, even with the whole cheating scandal, they go all the way to the ALCS, head-to-head with the Rays, and almost pull it off. But I do think the White Sox pull this one off, and they will move to the ALCS to face the Tampa Bay Rays. And now the White Sox just come off beating that hard to get out Astros team, and now they're facing the Tampa Bay Rays, which is the best team in the AL. And Tampa had their chance last year to make it to the World Series. They made it, and they lost. I don't think they get that chance again. I do think the White Sox win this series, and they go to the World Series. I just think this White Sox team is going to bring so much energy. I think they're going to bring it all. I want to see some Tim Anderson walk-off bat flips that are going to live in time forever, like the Jose Bautista one. I mean, this team has a bunch of studs, and I think we're about to witness the beginning of not a dynasty, but of a very good team for the next couple of years. I mean, the pitching is there. The pitching is still developing, which is crazy. Michael Kopech is in the bullpen. I think he could be a starter by next year. But I think the White Sox are winning this AL playoff picture, and they're going to the World Series. Now let's turn it over to the NL. We got Dodgers versus the San Francisco Giants. The Giants I have always hated on beginning to end the season. Well, until the end. When they got Chris Bryant, I thought, okay, maybe this team can work. But I couldn't believe it. I mean, this team, just when you look at it during the offseason, you're thinking there's no way this team makes the playoffs. And now they're the number 1 seed in the National League. It's crazy. And I think just from being a baseball fan, I didn't want to believe it. And I kind of just have some hatred toward the San Francisco Giants because I'm a Mets fan. But when they beat us up during that period of time where we had to go LA, San Fran, LA, San Fran, like, San Fran did not let up the gas. Like, this team has heart, but I think the Dodgers pull it off. I think it's too crazy if the Dodgers don't win this series. I think LA will burn Hollywood down if they don't make it to at least the NLCS. I mean, this team is built to win. I get the whole they don't have Bauer because of the allegations and everything, but they traded for Scherzer and Trey Turner. I mean, Trey Turner could win MVP this year. I don't think he will, but he could. He's in the conversation. And Max Scherzer's in the conversation for Cy Young, which also I don't think he's going to win, but they're both up there. And then you also have Max Muncy. You got Justin Turner. You got Will Smith, one of the best young catchers in the league. You got a struggling Cody Bellinger. Well, who knows? He can ignite during this postseason. This you don't know what you're going to get from the Dodgers, but they got hitters, and they're going to come to play. And, I really hope they do pull this one off, because I just can't imagine what LA fans will do if they don't. I have LA beating the San Francisco Giants. I think they come out hot. I think San Fran only gets 1 or 2 games on them. I think LA pulls it off. Next, Braves, Brewers. I'm going to make this short and sweet. The Braves should not be in the postseason. They're not a postseason-worthy team. This NL East division is riddled with injuries and mediocrity. And the Braves just got the pass. They got hot at the end. And not even that hot. They just beat off the Phillies. But, I think the Brewers take this series because the Brewers have just been that team. They lit it up this season. Willie Adames brought a spark to this team, and it created a forest fire within that organization. And this team was just hot. Pitching is incredible. They got a 3-headed monster there with Burns, Woodruff, and Peralta. They got one of the best closers, 2 of the best closers in the league. But one of them is not going to pitch because Devin Williams punched his hand into a wall, so he will be out. But they still got Hader's just been so consistent. I think they got the better lineup. They got the better pitching, obviously. So I do think the Brewers actually sweep this series and they move on to face the Dodgers in the NLCS. And I know you're thinking, I've been like Dodgers. I don't think they pull it off against the Brewers. I think the Brewers are just too hot to just give it up in the NLCS. And yeah, I think the Dodgers, they find their weakness against the Brewers, and the Brewers pull this one off, and they go to the World Series. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know if this is their first World Series appearance, but they haven't won a World Series yet in their franchise history. So they're fighting for it all here. I'm thinking to myself right now, just imagining if this team still had the prime Christian Yelich that we saw a couple years ago, and that was one of my favorite players ever to watch. It was just such a sweet swing, and he would just connect, and the ball would boom out of the park. I mean, it was incredible to watch him play and hit. He was a pretty decent fielder too. It was incredible, and maybe we get to see some form of Yelich there. I know he has the back issues and everything like that, but I would love to see prime Yelich come out in this postseason. But even without him, I think they'd still make it to the World Series. And so now we have a World Series with the White Sox and the Brewers. This is very weird. Very, very weird. You got a young team in the White Sox, and you got a team in the Brewers that just is hard hitters and grinders, and they're going to grind this out. And so I'm going to go game by game here. I do believe Brewers get home field advantage. Even if not, I think, I can't predict game by game, but I'll say the series goes to 6. But I think the Brewers win their first World Series in franchise history. And yeah, I'll even give you a prediction right here. I think Willie Adames wins a World Series MVP for this team, because he's just been that spark for this team, and it just seems like it's gonna work for them. And yeah, there you have it. Milwaukee Brewers World Series championship in 2021. It's honestly kind of crazy to think about, but yeah, Brewers, Milwaukee, baby. That's 2 championships this year if they pull it off. They got the Bucks and the Brewers. That's exciting. But that's enough baseball talk. So there you have it. Milwaukee Brewers win the World Series. Now let's talk college football, baby. My goodness, what a weekend. What a weekend. Let's just get the exciting part out of the way. FSU did it. They finally pulled off a win. Was it closer than it needed to be? Absolutely. It was against Syracuse, goddammit. But FSU finally pulls off a win. Are they going to turn into a stream of wins? No. But they got the win. That's all that matters. FSU gets that first win. And then you also get the UF loss. Florida loses to Kentucky. And you're probably thinking, oh, I'm enjoying this so much. All the hate that I give the Florida Gators. And you're right, I loved watching them lose that game. And you know what? I told you. Start Richardson, baby. If Richardson starts that game, they win. Jones ain't it. And I love the Florida fans that are still trying to defend Jones and blame defense on the loss. Sure, defense was a factor. You guys didn't give up that many points. Like, it was a close game. Your offense should score at least 30 to 40 points against Kentucky. Like, come on, Florida. Richardson should be the starter for this team moving forward. And yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. And I guess I could say I was right about Jones, that they're not going to be big, because this loss probably kicks them out of any kind of big playoff picture that they were fighting for. And yeah, ugly loss for UF. And Auburn, LSU made Bo Nix look like prime Michael Vick on that one play. Absolutely ridiculous. LSU, come on, guys, come on. I was talking so much crap that you guys were going to pull this one off for me. And then you lose. And you made Bo Nix look like goddamn Michael Vick. It's so frustrating. And so yeah, Auburn gets that W. No upset for the Tigers yet. Next, I know a lot of you know about my take on the Ole Miss Alabama game last week, and the game was not that close. It was actually, it wasn't close at all. It was not Corral's fault at all. Let me preface this now. It was not Corral's fault at all. I don't even think he had a turnover, but this is not a Corral. Just Alabama was so. Kiffin was talking mad trash, first of all, and Alabama's defense just really locked them down. I mean, it wasn't like a bunch of turnovers. They just stopped them. Really stopped them, and Ole Miss receivers couldn't get it open enough. It was just, and then Ole Miss's defense, like I said, wasn't going to hold Alabama. It had to be an offensive game, and Ole Miss just couldn't get it going. Does that mean my take on Corral it goes any lower, that he's not a Heisman winner and he's not going to be the first overall pick in this next upcoming draft? No, I still think he's that guy. The talent is it's electrifying. I love it so much. But it was a disappointing loss for Ole Miss. Thought it could be closer. But it is what it is. It's Alabama. Then we got Georgia against Arkansas. Did not give up a point. They did not give up a point against Arkansas. A former top 10 ranked team in college football, and you didn't give up a point. Georgia's defense is absolutely ridiculous. Like, goddamn. But Georgia's offense looked good. Wasn't incredible. But, again, Arkansas's defense is good. Decent. But Georgia, they are serious. They are very serious. And I can't wait. I can only assume we're going to get a Georgia-Alabama game in the upcoming future. And that's going to be fun, is all I can say. Let's go into the predictions for this up-and-coming week. Got a lot of good games. Oklahoma versus Texas. I think Oklahoma wins this game. Spencer Rattler, you want to be that Heisman guy, you got to light this game up, man. You got to light this game up because, I mean, OU and Texas is always a big rivalry. And you want to get those Heisman votes back, you got to light this one up. You got booed these last couple of weeks, you got to do better. So I do think he does, and they do beat Texas in my prediction. Next, Ole Miss versus Arkansas. I think Ole Miss has a bounce-back win and gets the upset over Arkansas just because Arkansas is ranked. Excuse me. Arkansas is ranked higher than Ole Miss, but I do think Ole Miss. I do think Ole Miss wins this one, and Matt Corral turns back into his Heisman self and throws up a bunch of TDs. Next, Florida gets a bounce-back win against Vanderbilt. Much needed. If Florida could not pull off this one, oh my God. It's Vanderbilt, and they literally suck. So Florida, you should get a bounce-back win here. Next, Georgia. They're winning their game against Auburn. Auburn, you had a good game against LSU, but this is Georgia, not LSU. Georgia's going to stomp on you. Bo Nix is going to turn into Nathan Peterman and not Michael Vick. And it's going to be a sad sight for Auburn fans. Georgia's going to absolutely stomp on this one. Next, two of my teams are going at it. UNC and FSU are going at it. And like I said, FSU's not winning this game. Sam Howell's still very good. This UNC offense is still very good. And FSU, you're going to get beat up in this game. I don't think you win this one. Next, game of the week. Penn State versus Iowa, the 4th and 3rd seed. The 4th and 3rd seed going at it. And, I think Penn State pulls this one out. Penn State is just one of those teams that I always kind of side with. But I actually think they got this one in the bag. I mean, defense is there. Offense is there. Their quarterback is really turning into something. I mean, he's nothing like the big quarterbacks like Bryce Young, Matt Corral, those guys, but he's good. And they're doing something with them. up there, and I do think Penn State wins this game against the third seed Iowa. Next, my upset. LSU upsets Kentucky after Kentucky beats Florida. Am I saying that just because I'm an LSU fan? Maybe. But I do actually think LSU stands a really good chance against this team. I think they match up incredibly well. And I just don't think Kentucky can hold LSU's offense. LSU has a better offense than Florida. When Mac Johnson is hot, he's untouchable. And we got some receivers that are really lighting it up. I mean, Boutte is incredible. Smith is incredible. These guys are lighting it up. These guys are making incredible catches. And defense has improved. Obviously, it wasn't great against Auburn, but they're gonna make plays against this Kentucky team, and I think they get the upset against University of Kentucky after that big win against Florida. Now comes to my favorite part. NFL talk. Wow, what a crazy week. Very crazy week. Some not even game related. Urban Meyer is under some heat right now. Reports are coming out that he could be fired. Reports are coming out that he could resign. I mean, it is not looking good in Jacksonville right now for this guy. Those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, there was a video that came out of Urban Meyer getting grinded on like a freshman high schooler at their homecoming dance. And dude looks absolutely yoinked. Like he's gone in this video. Looks absolutely drunk or high, or probably both. But he is out of it in this video. He's getting grinded on by ladies. He's taking pictures with girls. And the story keeps on getting deeper and deeper because it's a bar that's actually named after him. There's literally pictures of him and his wife up in the bar. He's getting grinded on by other ladies. Like, this story runs deep. And it is just not looking good. I mean, player reports are coming out. It could get very, very nasty in Jacksonville. Besides that, Chargers looked extremely well against the Raiders, and I'm big on the Raiders. I chose the Raiders to win this one. Chargers didn't give them a chance. I thought that Raiders were going to have a little bit of comeback. Chargers immediately shut that down. There was an interception, like, immediately. I was like, oh yeah, they got this. They got this. They're going to come back. There was an interception, like, literally right after I thought that. The big thing about this Chargers team coming into the season was that the defense wasn't there. The defense has shown up, and they're not letting up. Derwin James is back. Asante Samuel Jr. is lighting it up, is doing great. And the defensive line is even getting there. I mean, it's incredible. Chargers they're scary, man. But they're not as scary as what this Panther defense is going to look like healthy, because they just got Stephon Gilmore. Their cornerback trio is going to be incredible. J.C. Horn, C.J. Henderson, and Stephon Gilmore. And then you got Jeremy Chin sitting up at safety ready to knock people out. And you got Brown on the defensive line, Hassan Reddick on the defensive line. Like, this team is scary, man. This team is really, really scary. Yeah, Sam Darnold's leading the league in rushing. He has 5 rushing touchdowns. No running back has that. And he's doing good passing. He had the 2 interceptions to Diggs against the Cowboys. But, dude, he looks good. Panthers have fixed Sam Darnold, ladies and gentlemen. Just goes to show how crappy the Jets are. But, yeah, Panthers look great. And I am terrified about it because the Giants have to go against them week 7. I'm just terrified of the things that they could possibly do to us. I'm terrified. Speaking about the Jets get the upset win against the Titans? What? Tennessee, what's happening here? I mean, Wilson came alive. He still had an interception or 2. I think it was just 1. But, oh my God. The Jets, they looked good. They won. Wilson had that insane throw to Corey Davis. Like, wow. That was just a beautiful ball by Wilson. And they get this win. And I don't know when they're gonna get another win because this team is still bad, but they looked good. Tennessee, you got problems, pal, and we gotta fix them, or else you're gonna get beat up pretty bad when it comes to postseason time. I do still think they win their division, just because their division is extremely weak. But Tennessee got some things to fix there. Arizona beats the Rams. What? They came out and they didn't just beat the Rams. They kicked their butts at home. I mean, Rams. Stafford did not look good. Defense really got to him. And, yeah, Arizona just came out rallying at this team, and they didn't let go. They beat them up. And, I mean, there's only one question. Is Arizona the best team in the NFL right now? Because last week it was the Rams are the best team, but the Rams just lost to them. And currently, I mean, you gotta say that they are. Because if we're saying that the Rams are the best team last week, you gotta say that Arizona is the best team now that they beat them. I mean, do I think they're gonna be for real and they're gonna stay like this? I'm not gonna say they're for real yet. I just can't believe it yet. Again, only 4 games into the season, so I'm not gonna say like, oh yeah, this is the team that's gonna win it all. I'm not gonna say that yet, but they look good now. They look really good right now, and kind of shocking. But I don't know how long they're gonna hold on to this little high ride that they're on. But another thing to talk about, their division is stacked. Seattle, San Fran, Arizona, and the Rams. Like, most of these teams are playoff teams in other divisions, but only 1 or 2 of them is going to make it. And right now it's looking Rams, Arizona. So that means Seattle with Russell Wilson might miss it, and 49ers with that incredible defense and those crazy weapons and a mediocre Jimmy G could miss the playoffs. So it's crazy. Deep aggressive division. Wish other divisions were like that, because it would just be so much more exciting. But let's talk to the most questioning thing for me. The New York Giants beat the New Orleans Saints. Yeah. Probably not. Well, it wasn't a good choice to say that the New York Giants were going to go 0-17. And then of course they upset New Orleans. It's just my luck. But I mean, what's even upsetting to me is like, I don't want to get trapped now, you know, because Daniel Jones is one of the best quarterbacks in the league through 4 weeks. I'm not saying that he's like top 10. Okay, calm down. He has performed the best. Like, he's a top performer in these first 4 weeks. Does not mean he is a top 10 quarterback. He has played very good. Just saying that. Not saying he's top 10. Not anywhere near that right now. But he has played really good. NFC Player of the Week this week. And he's been killing it. He really has. He looked incredibly good. John Ross came alive. Kadarius Toney. Oh my God, human joystick. There you are. Like, what? The Giants looked good. They really did. And that really just hurt my voice when I just said that. But wow, I mean, Giants good? No, I don't know. It's very confusing for me because I'm a Giants fan. Like, this team's so inconsistent and it hurts me a lot. But yeah, they looked good. Defense looked good. They held an offense that has the potential to drop a lot of points on people to low. I mean, Jameis still played well. Taysom Hill had the 1 interception to Bradbury. But yeah, Barkley looked amazing. I was just so excited to see those explosive plays from him again. I was thrilled. And yeah, it was just awesome, and I loved it so much. Danny Dimes in full form, and yeah, it was just awesome. But then I'm also confused, like, Giants don't want to get thrown in that pool of mediocrity again, because our schedule, once again, it's terrifying. And I don't know if we're going to get another win for a very long time. It's not clearly not going 0-17, maybe 1-16, but I don't think we. Okay, it was a little bit of a reach with the whole Matt Corral thing. Okay, Daniel, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Daniel. I'm sorry, Danny Dimes, that I was ready to dump you off after a loss to the Falcons. I'm extremely sorry about it. I really, really am. You deserve better from this Giants fan like me. You deserve our support, and I supported you for a very long time, but, my patience ran out, and I jumped the gun a bit. It was the Falcons. But then you come out swinging here, and you blew me away, man. I'm proud of you. I really, really am. And, okay, maybe we don't need Matt Corral. Maybe we don't. But I'm not saying that this team is still, like, a playoff contention, because we're not. But that's enough for the review. Let's get into these predictions. First game, we got the Rams against Seattle. I think the Rams get a bounce back win after getting beat up by Arizona. They beat Seattle. Wilson had a couple of crazy throws against the 49ers. They ended up pulling off the win. But Rams, I think, have their name this week. Next, Falcons, Jets, the crap bowl of the week. I think the Falcons win this one. Jets, your high ride is over. Congratulations on the one win. Here's your losing streak again. Falcons are going to beat you. And, yeah. Because I'm really just picking this because I refuse for the Falcons to beat us and not the Jets. But, yeah. Falcons beat the Jets. Next, my upset of the week. Drum roll, please, ladies and gentlemen. Cincinnati Bengals upset the Green Bay Packers, baby. And I know what you're thinking. This is a horrible take. This is horrible. And that's where you're wrong. Because Joe Burrow's that guy. And he's going to go to Green Bay. And he's going to light them up. Extremely. I think Jamar Chase is going to come out. Didn't get a touchdown like I predicted last week, so I'm kind of upset. Not going to predict a touchdown this week. I keep on predicting he's going to make touchdowns. I'm just going to give him a break. I do think Mixon has a very big part of this game, though. And yeah, that's my upset of the week. Cincinnati beats the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers, he's going to suffer a little, I'm not even going to say a bad loss, because I do think Cincinnati is good. Next, we got Minnesota versus Detroit. I was been on a Detroit loving fest last week, and I picked them to beat the Bears. Bears beat up on them, and so sorry, Detroit. I do have Minnesota beating you. Minnesota played decent against Cleveland, and yeah, I think they're gonna beat you, Detroit. I'm sorry. Next, Denver Broncos are going to beat the crap out of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hashtag Pittsburgh loses the rest of their games this year. But in all seriousness, Denver's just a better team. They did suffer their first loss to the Ravens this week, and yeah, I have Denver beating the Steelers. Sorry about it. Next, we got Tampa versus Miami. Tampa's winning this one. They went to New England, that incredible reunion with Tom Brady in Boston, and yeah, I think they stay up. They beat this Miami team that looks a little bit dysfunctional right now. They lost to Indianapolis Colts last week, and yeah, I think Tampa stomps all over them. Next, we got New Orleans against the Washington football team, and Washington football team, I'm sorry. I know you beat the Falcons, but it was way too close for my liking. And that's coming from a Giants fan that did lose to the Falcons, but they beat the New Orleans Saints. But I do think the Saints come and they beat the football team. Just because, I need Washington to lose if I want to have any hope as a Giants fan. but not really. I do think that New Orleans is going to be really heated that they lost to the Giants, and I think they're going to come in guns blazing against Washington. I do think Washington loses this game to New Orleans. Next, Panthers versus Philly. Prayers up to Philadelphia. You're going to get stomped in this one, guys. It is not looking good for you guys right now, Philly. And I think the Panthers are going to kill you. Next, Tennessee versus Jacksonville. If this is any other team, Tennessee's going to lose to them because they just lost to the Jets. But the Jags might be in the most dysfunctional situation ever right now with Urban Meyer. And they're not even focused on this game against Tennessee. They're focused on the whole Urban Meyer crap. So I do think Tennessee beats the Jaguars. Next, New England versus Houston. I think New England wins this one. A little bit of bounce back game from losing to Tampa at home. Mills is just not ready, and yeah, I think New England comes and they beat up Houston a bit. Next, we got Las Vegas versus Chicago. Chicago has named Justin Fields the starter for the rest of the season. Forgot to mention that. But sorry, Justin Fields, you're losing to Vegas. I am still a big Vegas guy, even though they lost to the Chargers. Chicago, you're losing this one. Next, we got Cleveland against the Chargers. Chargers has come off a beating fest of the Las Vegas Raiders, and I'm sorry, it's not going to continue. I think Cleveland beats the Chargers. I'm a big believer in Cleveland. They were my Super Bowl pick, and I do think they come and they beat up the Chargers. I think the Chargers aren't going to be expecting it. Baker had a very effy game. Forgot to mention that against Minnesota. A lot of people were hating on him. I think he comes into the week very motivated, and I am praying for that first Odell Beckham Jr. touchdown. I am praying because I just miss it. I need Odell back in my life. So I have Cleveland beating the Chargers. Next, Dallas versus the Giants. Dallas is gonna win this game. They just look extremely well, and on the Diggs looks like the best corner in the NFL right now. Is he? No, it's still Ramsey by a long shot. But Diggs is. He is having a crazy start to the season. That whole Dallas defense is. I still do think Daniel Jones throws around him. He's just on it right now. And I think the Giants, they light them up a bit. But I think our defense will be able to catch up with Dallas. So, recommendation, if you have any Dallas guys on fantasy football, start them. Next, Arizona against San Francisco. Talking about how Arizona might be the best team in the league. I think they beat San Francisco here. If they lose, this division is just, I don't know what to do anymore. Just give me some bit of consistency here, Arizona. Next, Bills versus the Chiefs. This is the game of the week. AFC Championship rematch. Give me the Bills. That picture of Stephon Diggs watching the Chiefs celebrate after they win the AFC Championship, it's in my mind right now. Stephon Diggs has had this circled on his calendar since that day, and he's going to light it up. Another fantasy football recommendation, start Stephon Diggs. Next, Baltimore versus Indianapolis, the Monday Night Football game. Baltimore wins this one. Indianapolis did get their first win of the season against Miami, but I don't think it lasts very long. Baltimore's the better team. Lamar Jackson threw some magical passes in that last game. And yeah, I think they come in, they beat Indianapolis. Marquise Brown had an insane catch too. That diving catch, beautiful. Chef's kiss to that touchdown. By the throw and the catch, absolutely gorgeous. And that's the end of the games for this week. It's going to be another crazy week. I do think that there's going to be a couple other upsets just besides the Cincinnati one. I really am confident about this one. But, yeah. Let's go over to our weekly fantasy football talk. Everybody's favorite running back, too, Cordero Patterson. He really pissed some people off this week. 3 touchdowns, and, my goodness. The smart person in your league that got Cordero Patterson and starting him at running back, that guy might win your league this year, because, wow. So, yeah, if Cordero Patterson somehow is up for trade or on the waiver for your league, get him now. And also, Saquon Barkley Fantasy Football Hype Train is back, baby. Had an incredible week. In my league, he had 29 points. He was on it. I am so happy and excited. I don't have him in any of my leagues, and it's very frustrating, though. Because I was like, you know what, let me stay away from Barkley, because I thought the Giants were going to suck. And they do. But didn't think Barkley was going to have a game like this. But I am very happy he did. My goodness, I was like a kid on Christmas when I saw Barkley catch that 50-yard touchdown. That was awesome. Running by Marshawn. And then I saw the video clip of Barkley on the sideline before the play happened. He called out how Marshawn is watching Daniel's eyes. And tells that to Daniel. And so Daniel steers Marshawn away with his eyes and then throws the dot to Barkley, and Barkley makes a move and takes it to a touchdown. That's the type of guy Saquon is for this team. I mean, he is a leader, and he is smart as hell. He watches everything. From an IQ standpoint, I think he's the best running back in the NFL with his head. Because, wow, he is so smart. I mean, he's had clips like that come out before. He had clips like that come out his rookie year, where he told the offensive lineman to shift another way, and he just knew there was going to be a gaping hole there. He is very, very smart when it comes to this stuff. So, Saquon Barkley, welcome back. This was his coming out game for this season, and it feels good. Let's have a good weekend this weekend, and hope those upsets hit. Be back here next week for more.